College of Business, but why use the College of Business money when there's money that belongs to us at COC? So try to get the most money like that belongs to you from that, and then if you can, you always ask, the College of Business, but you always have to ask before you go and present, just in case. Yeah.
You said 20% comes out.
Yeah. So for conferences, because conferences are the most popular thing now happening at the COC level, they're noticing that a lot of students are going to conferences just to have an excuse to travel and have fun, and not really go to conference purpose, which is true and not true because which is true and not true, right? Because obviously with the College of Business, you do go to that. We have like proved that we go to these things. Social media is everything, right? So let's say you start posting pictures that you're actually in Florida, but you can say like, hey, I'm in Florida. People are recording all this all the time, so it's like you have proof that we've been there. But yeah, like there's everybody knows that after conferences they have like later night mixers and all that stuff. So people go to that, especially if you're like above the age of 21. But sometimes people do take advantage of it and just say they want to go to a conference because they really want to go to that city, and it's a purpose of not paying for it out of your pocket, right? So they've noticed that, so they're putting more weight on the percentage than having an event that you're going to have on campus. So if you're doing an event on campus, it's only going to be 10%. So now they boost it up to 20% out of your pocket if you're going to go to a conference. Just if you mention conference.
So for this one, it'll be 20% times the 8,000. So
Correct.
The students have to pay up?
Yeah. So your club, not the students, the club.
And it could be the students.
And it could be the students if the students want to pitch in.
Club, just like the fundraisers?
Yeah. So your organizations. Yeah. I mean, how are you you can do fundraisers however you want them, as long as they come in to your collegiate budget, or if you have money aside, let's say a PayPal account, you can do that as well. So I mean, it's just straight to the point. Don't be like beating around the bush. The COBM is really known for coming in and out. That's it. We come for what we're gonna go ask for, and when we get out, we're not really there to socialize. We're not there to hey, how you been? Like, my name is Omar, and I'm like, no, just my name is Omar. I want this. This is what I'm requesting. This is what I want. This is how many students I'm taking. This is my budget. They're gonna be all right. Thank you for
Presenting.
For presenting. We'll let you know in 3 to 5 business days. Usually it's the next day. Here you go. You get most of it. So I only got to pay 20%, and usually it's coming off of the College of Business. So it's straight to the point yet effective. Why? Because you're not wasting the time. You're not wasting ours. So it's like straight to it, and it works. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's always going to work, right? For example, COC last year was very, very strict, where they were cutting people half on what they were asking. And that was very hard because they're like, hey, Omar, but you told me because it didn't come early. It's not me, it's them, that their budget got cut off so much that they had to make their budget last for the whole academic year, so for fall and spring. So it's a little different, right? And obviously the people that I knew that were in COC were friendly to me, or they were like mutual friends that I already had. That one that I would say to Omar, this guy's just gonna present, and we already know him, just give him his money, right? So it's different. Yeah, it's a little conflict of interest you want them per se, but it's more of if you know who's in COC already, you know the type of questions you're gonna receive. Now it's a little different. Yeah, they're being a little generous, right? Because they're new, they want to get to see what clubs do, what you guys are about, so they're willing to give you your money, but does not mean that they're gonna give it to you all. Why? Because they're fresh minds. They want to make sure that things are not being corrupted in a way. You get me? So just because you're my friend doesn't mean that I'm gonna give it to you. So it's a little. They're young guys and gals, right? That are part of COC now. That they're just gonna try to hammer you with questions. So you guys have to be prepared for all these type of questions that might happen. That let's say you're preparing your proposal, but you're not preparing for questions. So you have to kind of think outside the box. What kind of questions can they ask me based on what I prepared for them? So for this, those are the type of questions. Who were the 15 students, and how did I choose them? Transportation-wise, why didn't you ask for airfare? It's local. Why would I ask you for more money when I can just ask you 2 minutes? It's 3 hours?
And actually, the COC, they have to prove that they're effective COC members by asking tough questions.
Yeah, and you see, and they're going to ask you tough questions because they want to see that you're well prepared and you know your stuff. Because if you go, we've had officers that went there, right? They the COC meeting, can you go present for me? No, that's not how it goes. Because it used to be like that, and like, hey, we didn't get the money, like, well, duh, he doesn't know what you're doing, like, he doesn't know how you structure it, so that's the whole reason of kind of preparing it right now, so you guys can see and kind of get like a feeling of what exactly is the proposal, so that if, you know, the investment society decides to do a proposal, you guys all know it, you're able to teach it to all of them, like both of you, because you both are here, like, hey, if we're ever going to do a proposal, this is how it's going to be, this is exactly how you're going to present it, and obviously you teach it to them. Yeah, go ahead.
So when the president propose, or the all four officers do that?
It's however you guys want to do it, it's usually
Or
the
is
president.
there a panel of people that can propose, or just one person?
No, all four can go up if you wanted to. Back when we used to do annual funding, it was all of us presenting. The COC used to be like, whoa,
Yeah, but
right,
what
we
are the
gotta-
COC people that want to decide that? I don't know.
So they're a branch of the Student Government Association.
So that's students?
Yeah, they're students, but they're
Are
the ones.
do these guys belong in any clubs or no?
Yeah, most of them belong to club. So let's say Frankie was one of the COCs that said in
So
COC,
Frank is a COC
but he
guy?
can't.
Alright, so talk to Frank.
So what you call it? So what you call it?
Frankie, let me outside a little.
Yeah, so a lot, we had a lot of leverage, we had a lot of like inside people, because Alfredo, he was supposed to come over here so that he can
He
teach
was
you
a
guys.
COC guy?
Huh?
He was a COC guy?
He was a COC chair, he was a marketing student, belonged to the AMA, belonged to Student Advisory Council. So we used to be up there like, hey, my name is Omar Castro, same thing. He's the one that, the COC chair, right, the guy that's like the president of the treasurer basically of student
Yeah.
government. Yeah, it's Salma Franco, one of my closest friends. It's Salma Franco, she's the COC chair now. And it's the reason, because she's the one that says the last say. So let's say you guys were the COC and you guys are 13, you guys all decide to say vote or anything like that, she can be like override and be like, no, yes.
So my question is based on like whoever they feel like, it's not based on what
No,
they
it's not. They have bylaws. They have bylaws that they have to follow, and that's the reason why a lot of people started giving money, because they used to be like, oh, I know that guy. Just give him money. He knows what he's doing, and that's what they're trying to change. That's why they have fresh new people where there's no bias. And okay, I know you, so I'm gonna give you your money, and I don't like you. I'm not gonna give you your money. No, it has to be very, very like non-corrupted, like an association. Yeah.
So how do we know how much our club has this COC? How do we know we're not gonna go over budget?
So usually when you do the proposal, it tells you that you can't reach the maximum of like 10,000. Usually like it's about 8 that you can ask for a max. But that doesn't mean that you're gonna, let's say you're gonna do like a party or like not a party, let's say a conference, but your conference is only worth like $3,000. Why the hell are you gonna ask for 8,000? Like it makes no sense, you know? So you have to be rational.
Is that for like the whole semester? Or for the
No,
whole
so
year?
that's for, no, that's,
Is that for every time?
it's for every time that you have to
So
do
we
that.
can like literally post at
Yep.
conferences and
Yep.
get 8,000.
Yep, you have to. So back then, when we used to do annual funding, so annual funding is like this type of stuff, where the president of Student Advisory Council, so right here you see, Franny is going to be working with 29 grand for the whole year, but that's a whole year. So that means that because she did annual funding, she can't go back and ask for more money. Like this is it. That's all you have.
That's the fund for the COC basically that they have?
No, this is what COC gave us for the fiscal year of fall 2019, spring 2020, but for all that, for etiquette galas, and international business.
Can we see that?
Yeah, you guys can see this, but what you call it?
So that one, that's what they give the which club?
Student Advisory Council.
Okay.
Student Advisory Council is in charge of the IDC, etiquette gala, induction ceremony, the retreat. So this is like, this costs like about $5 grand just to bring all of you guys here.
Is it per club? Does it list on here?
No. This is not for club. The really reason why, like, I'm being like super like sneaky, right? Truly, this is like, I don't want to like record it.
Cut that off.
Yeah. So the way we used to do like for
I understand that because like if you give them like a prize with the hotel, you give them a shirt.
You're still recording it, Trudy?
I just turned it back on.
Oh.
Trudy, you can't record this.
I did.
Yeah, this is secret stuff. This is my insight.
Well, that makes sense.
Trudy is
because
in
the
the
prize
market.
is